It is my pleasure to stand before you today on this important occasion of celebrating International Women's Day 2025 as we reflect on the progress made, the challenges ahead, and our collective responsibility to create a future where every woman and girl can thrive. This year's global theme, for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment, is a powerful reminder that gender equality is not a privilege, but a fundamental right. It calls on us to break barriers, uplift voices, and ensure that no woman or girl is left behind. Regardless of her socio-economic status, educational qualification, religion, ethnicity, disability, or any other identity, all women and girls need to be protected and have their rights protected. Sri Lanka has a long history of strong and resilient women shaping our nation. I'm sure many of you are here today in this audience as well. Countless women have led changes in politics, business, and social movements, demonstrating the transformative impact of women's leadership. The Sri Lankan government has strengthened its commitment to women's empowerment through various policies and programs. The Women's Empowerment Act of 2024 established a new legal protections and an independent National Commission on Women, which we are just putting together, marking a significant step towards institutionalizing gender equality, and the government is in the process of appointing the commissioners. The National Action Plan on Women's Economic Empowerment focuses on increasing women's participation in the workforce by supporting entrepreneurship and digital financial literacy programs for rural women, plus many other programs implemented by line ministries that have been tasked with economic upliftment of women and the entire nation. The new budget passed yesterday includes several measures to support and empower women and girls through economic opportunities, education, and healthcare. Yet, while we recognize these achievements, we must also acknowledge that there is still much to be done. Women's participation in leadership, decision-making, and the economy remains disproportionately low. As of 2025, only 10% of parliamentary seats are held by women, a figure that must change if we are to have truly representative governance. And that is after we double the figure of number of women in parliament, we are still just touching 10%. We must ensure more women in leadership, whether in politics, boardrooms, or community decision-making spaces. Women's labor force participation in paid work remains at 32%, compared to 72% for men, highlighting the need for stronger policies that enable work-life balance and access to childcare. Personally, I really don't think there's anything called work-life balance. That's impossible. It sets up an impossible target for women, saying you can do everything. I think all of us acknowledge that we cannot do everything. What we need is our more supportive families and communities that enable us to do what we wish to do and that accept us with our failings and accept the fact that we are not perfect. I think it's embracing these imperfections that will make a more supportive environment for women rather than expecting women to strive for some impossible level of perfection. To make these efforts truly effective, women's unpaid care work must be recognized and valued. Gender-based violence and discrimination continue to affect countless lives, requiring urgent legal and social reforms. Sri Lanka's journey towards gender equality is not one we undertake alone. As a nation committed to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal 5, gender equality, we recognize that true empowerment is interconnected with global efforts. This is why Sri Lanka continues to work closely with international partners, collaborating with the UN to implement gender-responsive policies, strengthening ties with feminist movements across South Asia to share strategies and best practices and support initiatives that empower women in STEAM, entrepreneurship, and political leadership. By ensuring women have tools to lead in a rapidly evolving world, we contribute not only to their empowerment, but also to the development of our nation as a whole. The United Nations Association of Sri Lanka has been a strong advocate for women's rights, ensuring that international commitments translate into real change at the grassroots level. The work done by civil society organizations, activists, and community leaders in bridging policy with action is indispensable. It is through these partnerships that policies become realities and commitments turn into meaningful progress. International Women's Day 2025 carries the theme, Accelerate Action. This theme emphasizes the urgency of advancing gender equality and calls for swift, decisive measures to address systemic barriers and biases affecting women globally. As we celebrate International Women's Day 2025, we must move beyond words and commit to concrete actions. We stand at a critical juncture where hard-won gains in gender equality are being systematically rolled back across the globe. From legislative setbacks to regressive policies, we witness a resurgence of patriarchal control that threatens the rights, freedoms, and safety of women and marginalized communities. The burden of this rollback is disproportionately borne by women and others already at the margins. In this context, the United Nations has an urgent responsibility to move beyond rhetoric and take decisive action. It must hold states accountable, push for legally binding commitments, and ensure that international mechanisms protect those who are most vulnerable. Gender justice is not just an optional agenda, it is fundamental to democracy, human rights, and social transformation. The road to gender equality is long, but together we can accelerate change. The empowerment of all women and girls is not just about justice, it is about building a stronger, more inclusive, and more prosperous Sri Lanka for everyone. As I extend my wishes to all of you, I celebrate your remarkable achievements. I see many women here who have done great things and who have done much for our country. So it is with great pride that I'm here with you today. I celebrate your achievements and your dedication. Congratulations to all the award winners who are going to be celebrated today. May your success inspire many more to break barriers and create lasting change. Thank you very much.